I move that we accept the minutes.
I would second that. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have no road encroachments. Sorry about that, Mel.
No problem.
Post-election audit committee appointments. We have Jackie Wiest, Carolyn Forsyth, Tom Rogers, Paul Dreyer, Lori Rasmussen, Steve Dagiakos, and Ron Oxford.
Say the last three.
Lori Rasmussen,
Okay.
Steve Dagiakos, and Ron Osberg.
So I have Jackie Wiest, Carolyn Forsyth, Tom Rogers, Paul Dreyer, Lori Rasmussen, Steve Dagiakos, and Ron Osberg.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
I move that we accept the appointments.
I would second it. Do we have any discussion? Go ahead, Paula. You're just itching to say something.
So Mel, if you could thank those people that I never have anybody say no to me, and I try to get a diverse group.
Yeah.
So
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, that brings us to Health Department task orders. We had one request for a task order and it was time sensitive now. So we did sign it on May 14th.
Okay.
And it was a COVID task order.
it was due May 15th.
Yeah, we had, the
They don't
turnaround
give
time
very
was
much time to do
almost
this.
non-existent, so
And how much funding was that for? Because they're usually tied to a new additional funding, aren't they?
yeah. $36,000.
Okay.
And it is to hire a .43 FTE consultant for a year.
Okay.
Does it say what grant it's coming under? Is it immunization or?
I think
Should be
there's
on
a,
the very top.
there's a separate one for COVID-19 now.
Addictive and mental disorders and tribal. It's the one that went to all the local governments got it.
Okay.
The tribes and the counties all got it, and it's for dealing with COVID.
Not sure what she.
And how many does this make? 3 or 4 that have come through?
This is the second one, and the next one we talk about will be the third one to the health department.
Right.
Yeah. So do I have a motion to accept? Or no, this one's already been signed, but we need to do
You
the
need to
motion.
accept.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
a motion.
You
Yeah.
need to accept.
I make a motion to accept the grant.
I would second that. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have another task order to the health department, and that's just their regular immunization fund that they get every year. I don't know if there's a dollar amount on that one. I think it just funds their WIC program and immunization.
For a week. I move that we accept that one also.
I would second that. Any discussion? It just points out their responsibilities in administering the
And I believe that one is,
organization. It's in their
you use
master,
it, right, you use
it's
it,
a pass-through.
yeah, and then they can request
They get the funding as they
as they,
provide the services.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye, motion carries. And that brings us to the CARES grant. And I looked through here, I never found a dollar amount.
and she said it was roughly $47,000. I read it twice, Jim read it. I could not find an amount.
Okay.
But it is the new CARES.
Okay,
And that's the funding that's coming through from the 1.25
That-
billion that the state
okay.
received from the federal government.
Yeah, Melissa never got back to me on that. Or could.
Yeah, I've read this twice and there's no
Yeah.
dollar amount on there, so
I think she said approximately 47,000.
did she?
Yeah, did I write it on the front there somewhere? Did I say that?
Yep, you did. So a sticky note on the front for $47,000.
Yeah. She did tell us that, I just couldn't find it in there, so.
And make a motion to accept the CARES grant.
I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. COVID resolutions.
May I request that it be tabled?
Yeah,
We just have to figure
We
this
can
all
just table
out. We have so many coming and going and for all of this, because I have to write resolutions for all of these. And so then we'll just do them at once and then we'll have the public hearing like we do in
Okay.
June. And there's another one that we're waiting for.
so these are basically budget amendments.
Yes, these are
Okay.
the budget amendments.
All right, gotcha.
okay, so that's tabled. Now we have alcohol designation. We do this every year. It's for the designation of the alcohol tax money. We have to let DPHHS know who we wish to be our provider for services. In the past, we've given it all to the Center for Mental Health. There is Eastern Front Counseling is also qualified to receive it this year, which is
And how much is it?
it's $1 per person. Normally, I think it's 6,000. Yeah, isn't it about 6,000?
2023 or 60.
We pay it in 2 installments over the year. So, what's your pleasure?
And mental health is probably counting on us continuing.
They have been receiving it in the past.
So I guess I would make the motion to continue.
With the Center for Mental Health,
Yes.
I would second that. Any discussion? I guess I would,
So is it the Montana, how is it listed? Montana's
no, it's just the Center for Mental Health.
just central.
The center has been providing services. They've been struggling with all the rural counties and hopefully they'll get that straightened out, but I believe it's good to let them try to get it straightened out. So any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, Teton stream gauge, which could be fairly important. But the rivers are running pretty high today. So this is their annual request now for their $550 contribution that we've been helping to fund their ongoing costs for that stream gauge. I think it's a pretty important deal, especially on a wet year.
What's the group called?
So it goes to the conservation district.
So it just goes to
Teton
Teton
Conservation
Yep.
District.
And people who help support this program are the City of Shoto, Teton County Nature Conservancy, Lower Teton Water Users, Shoto County Conservation District, Teton River Watershed Group, and the Water Commissioner are the ones that donated last year. So
I would make a motion to continue funding $550.
okay, I would second that. Any further discussion?
Joe, could you read the funders, Teton County, City of Shoto, Nature Conservancy, Lower
Lower Teton
Lower
Water
Teton.
Users, they actually didn't fund it last year, they had in the past.
Okay,
Uh,
Shoto and Teton County Conservation Districts,
Yep.
and the Teton River Watershed Group, and
And the Watershed Group no longer funds it, I think that they're not
yeah, I don't think they
They're not
exist anymore.
active anymore, so they're with zero. Then the Water Commissioner
Water Commissioner, that was the other one.
put in $640 last year.
So last year's funders were City of Shoto, Teton County,
Nature
Nature Conservancy, Shoto and Teton CDs, and the Water Commissioners.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, Alan was in, he's still in the process of cleaning house at the road department. He has
For equipment.
yes, asked if we would declare, he has some miscellaneous bridge timbers and a 4,000 gallon stationary fuel tank and some miscellaneous tools and supplies. And he is going to put the largest stuff, I think, on that surplus auction, but the miscellaneous stuff, I think he's gonna have a yard sale. He'll advertise in Fairfield and Shoto and just hold it up at the road shop sometime this summer. That gets it set up. This is plan. So if I have a motion to declare that stuff surplus,
I would still make a motion to continue with the surplus reduction.
okay, I will second that motion. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And that brings us down to commissioner reports. So Sarah, you can come in and pull up a chair. Don't be a wallflower.
Now that we can see each other,
Keep our social distancing, we'll be fine.
we're under 10 people. So we're good.
So
Hello.
I don't have any commission report. It's been, other than we did have to pass that one deal for the health department on short notice. So public comment.
So we can meet again. Very excited. I'll give you a quick update on power. We're still waiting on USDA. There's been some glitches with project management type things because USDA I don't think realizes how much work goes into the CDBG applications and things, which we're doing for the county, and then the rest was under USDA, and it's just been difficult. I know Paula received a call, even though I had explained the $750,000 and audit requirements. USDA made calls to everyone about that.
Well, and she required our auditor to he had to resubmit an amended audit cost to include that $4,000, because that's what he said it would cost him for our single audit. So we're probably gonna have to have what's called a single audit, which I've never done one before, because we're gonna exceed the $750,000 grant limit.
Well, and it may not happen because it may.
Oh, it already
be-
has, because of COVID.
Oh,
COVID's
Okay.
all been federal funding.
true. Well, and over the next year, this may not compare to it, but yeah, it's been just incredibly difficult these are cost estimates. They are not set in stone. Who knows what's going to happen in 2 years? So I think we're finally at the end of that. We'll have the contract done and be able to hopefully move forward sooner than later on that. I'm hoping to have a board meeting next month. If you wish to have someone attend while Jim is out, if things happen, I haven't talked to him, that's perfectly fine. We have an opportunity to apply for some additional funds through EDA. We have a conference call today. I'm looking at some economic development administration. I'm looking at some revolving loan funds because we are out, and by applying for more, we could partner with like the city of Shoto that has their own little pool. We can match that and do some things like that. So applying for that. Just per chance, sent in an application to the state for the social nonprofit $10,000. We received that. And given the circumstances right now, I have invoices to go to the counties. I, in good conscience, can't send an invoice to the counties even for $2,000 right now. That's me personally, but I sent it to the board yesterday, and we're able to use that $10,000 to offset dues for the counties for this year.
That's great.
I just can't. I can't. And then we're looking at EDA will also give up to, and this is crazy, and this is what the call is about, up to $400,000 for each economic development district to build capacity to do whatever cities, counties, and businesses need over the next 2 years. So think about what we can do to help you over the next couple of years, capacity-wise, training-wise, any of that. We're looking at actually doing some board trainings and Dan Clerk does a great job. We're thinking of bringing him in for nonprofits as well as others and doing kind of free trainings, kind of things like that throughout the whole region because things have changed so much with Zoom meetings and everything else. How do we function now in this world? So and we may be able to offset additional funding with that for the next couple of years too. So that's where I'm at besides living on a computer. I'm not wearing glasses today. It was really great to drive and actually see people, not with a screen. So
Well, those board trainings are pretty important. We have, in the past, we've done board trainings, and it's been helpful because a lot of people aren't aware of the open meeting law requirements, for example.
Yeah.
We had those, when did we go? Dan Clerk came up, and it's been quite
It's
a
been
while ago
probably
now.
6 years ago.
So that probably would be a good thing for our boards to go through again, because they have turnover and
Mhm. Well, and we're kind of looking at October. I talked to the Great Falls Chamber, and they're having the MACE conference. It's the Montana Association of Chamber Executives in Great Falls. So it would be really great to have that training there for all of the chambers too, so they know what to do. And then we'd have probably 2 or 3 trainings throughout the region, one for elected officials and those real public type boards, and then one for nonprofits. So everybody's hit, and just in general. I mean, if you look across our boards throughout the region, you have the same people on 3 or 4 different boards, but a lot of them have never been through a board training. Like I haven't done board training for mine in a long, long time because we've had a lot of elected officials and that type of thing. So that's kind of my long-term. And then just business development training, some more, bringing in some profit mastery, doing some business plan training. I still have a lot of people calling wanting to open businesses right now because they have the funding and things in place before So we'll see what happens. There will be a survey going out to, we have a new constant contact going out. We sent the first one out yesterday with information, so you're not getting my spam anymore. And I will put everyone on that. It was just kind of a test run. So it will have all the information and things, but there's a survey on there for Northwestern Energy. They sponsored the economic survey for the state that BDER in Missoula is taking a lot of the information from that they're putting together. So I'm really encouraging people to go out and take that and be honest about what you need, what you don't need, how things are going. And then Montana Economic Developers Association is looking at doing another one like in 2 months, because right now everything is still here, but with agriculture and everything else, we'll see how it goes. The governor's task force was looking at property tax relief this fall with some of that 1.2 billion. We of course haven't heard anything more than those first initial grants yet, but I know that was a big piece in what the task force had recommended for businesses moving into this fall, agriculture and local businesses and things, so that cities, counties aren't hurt by what's going on. So Senator Gaines also dropped some legislation a couple weeks ago with Booker and Patty Murray, which was pretty interesting, and it's all local. It's funding that would go to the state, but then go out to local. It's the Relief from Main Street Act is what it's called. And it would be, funding would go out to cities and counties. You could have a nonprofit manage it, like we could manage it, but we could do zero interest loans, or we could do grants to businesses or grants for projects. It would be fairly open depending on what was needed. So if that goes through, that will be a big, big deal because of the flexibility. And then I've been contacted by some folks in Fairfield that are looking at finishing the community hall. So we're looking at some funding and things like that to help do some renovations and that type of thing that they need to do there. It was a lot. I haven't been here in a couple months.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You had a question, Alan?
On the surplus stuff, did you talk about the garage sale that we were?
Yes.
Okay. And with the timbers, there may not be as many timbers
Yeah,
because
I just put miscellaneous bridge tenders, so whatever comes
we're
out.
gonna build a sand shed, and we were talking that would work. Some of those timbers would work really good for that. So that was all I had.
Yeah, no, I think we're covered.
Okay, thank you. Sorry I'm late. We had a busy morning.
Busy's good.
Unless it's water over the road.
I know. That's where I'm going now, is to look at water on the road. Thank you.
All right,
See ya.
keep us posted.
Hey, thanks, Alan. Yeah.
Okay, any other public comment? Public notices, none. Next meeting, June 4th.
Right.
And I will, the meeting is adjourned.
Thanks for coming, sir.
Sure.
There was, Mel, and I don't want to raise any fears for the town, but
Yeah, no, she could. I don't want to raise fears.